As all of us know that heart is one of the most important organs in our body.
Yeah.
But to understand heart, we need to understand the body in its completeness.
What causes us to go in the direction of this heart issues, cholesterol development जो लोगों में होता है?
Wrong dietary habits, lifestyle we are leading these days. Smoking is one of the causes. High blood pressure is one of the causes.
Yeah.
But more than all these things, some level of dissatisfaction at the very deep level. Most of the heart attacks, they occur on Monday morning. Many people are there who don't like to go to their jobs. They're dissatisfied.
Okay.
The people who are, satisfied with their jobs and they're happy, they generally don't get the heart attack. जब तक हार्ट डिजीज डेवलप हो रही होती है तब तक लोगों को नहीं पता चलता है.
Okay.
तो जब हम पल्स लेते हैं तो हमें हार्ट की कोई प्रॉब्लम अभी मैनिफेस्ट नहीं होती है. उससे पहले भी हमें पता चल जाता है कि हार्ट में क्या चल रहा है. पेशेंट्स को पहले से ही ये थोड़ा सा वार्न कर देते हैं
कि आपको ये हो सकता है.
आपके हार्ट की कंडीशन ऐसी है तो यू शुड बी केयरफुल. अगर आप इस पर ध्यान नहीं दोगे तो आपके साथ में कुछ हार्ट की प्रॉब्लम बाद में आने के चांसेस होते हैं.
Heart disease is one of the leading causes of death across the world, and yet we are not at a stage where we have found enough preventive techniques. Let's see what Ayurveda says about it. Ayurveda considers heart as the seat of prana, as the seat of consciousness. And today we have our heart expert Dr. Amit Arora, who's going to tell us the value of heart in Ayurveda, how one can prevent heart disease with Ayurveda, and what can Ayurveda provide us in long term for preventing as well as curing heart disease. A very warm welcome, Dr. Amit. So, Dr. Amit, tell me, what is the value of heart in Ayurveda?
As all of us know that heart is one of the most important organs in our body.
Yeah.
And it regulates all the functions in our body, so it is one of the most important organ. So, but to understand heart, we need to understand the body in its completeness.
Okay.
We have a very partial or fragmented approach towards the understanding of some organs in a modern system, or how we take it these days. We focus on a particular organ or an organ system, and we forget that it is connected to whole of our body, at a very deep level. So we cannot fragment the body.
Okay.
So this fragmented approach is not correct.
Yeah.
So when we consider in Ayurveda, this is a very partial approach, because we forget that heart or any other organ in the body, it has some other components as well, which are associated with it.
Okay.
So when it comes to understanding of the completeness of body in Ayurveda. So Ayurveda says that we have this body which is visible, is called the Sthul Sharir, or the just manifested body. But we forget about the other aspects of the body, like the Sukshma Sharir and the Karan Sharir.
Okay.
So when we talk about Sukshma Sharir means the subtle aspects of the body, which covers our prana, which covers our mind, our emotions, and that covers also the intellect.
Okay.
So ultimately, when we get to know about all these layers of our existence, then only we understand the body in its completeness.
Okay.
And once we understand the body in its completeness, then only we can understand the disease also in its completeness.
What causes us to go in the direction of this heart issues, cholesterol development जो लोगों में होता है?
Basically, see, there are many reasons of heart disease, and these days we know that the number of heart patients are increasing rapidly, and it has become a big challenge. So there are many reasons, like wrong dietary habits that people are not aware about, because they don't know about their body types and how to choose their food.
Okay.
Second is the lifestyle we are leading these days. There are people who don't have time to exercise or do anything, so they're very busy.
Yeah.
So that is also one of the contributing factors. Smoking is one of the causes. High blood pressure is one of the causes.
Yeah.
But more than all these things, when we see in the practice, when I see, most important observation is there's some level of dissatisfaction at the very deep level.
Dissatisfaction with life or dissatisfaction with their health? Like what dissatisfaction can lead to heart disease?
So dissatisfaction may arise from any reason.
Okay.
It can vary from person to person. But we see in the practice, and what data shows is most of the heart attacks, they occur on Monday mornings.
Monday mornings.
Yes.
Okay.
So the reason is many people are there who don't like to go to their jobs. They're dissatisfied.
Okay.
So this is the data which shows, and you will see that the people who are satisfied with their jobs and they're happy, they generally don't get the heart attacks.
Okay.
And there's a very big difference, when we compare it with other factors like the dietary routines and lifestyle and daily routine and all these things. So this is one of the factors, which is very, very important and which emerges like anything and which shows us the clear picture.
Okay.
So that means we need to look at the things from a very different perspective now.
बट आयुर्वेद क्या बोलता है कि हार्ट को कोई ऐसी चीज है कि आयुर्वेद बोलता है कि डेफिनेटली ये चीजें तो आपको हार्ट डिजीज में लेकर जाएंगी ही, डाइट और लाइफस्टाइल के सिवाय?
In the long run, if we see the process, how this condition develops in our body. So हम देखते हैं कि ये हमेशा एक long process होता है. आयुर्वेदा says कि कोई भी disease जनरली एकदम से नहीं आती है. तो वो कहीं ना कहीं पर हमारे दोषास जो हैं वो एक्यूमुलेट हो रहे हैं, फिर एग्रीवेट हो रहे हैं, ऐसा करके प्रोसेस चलता है. इसमें अगर हम देखें तो क्या हो रहा है, जो हमारा प्राणा है उसके फ्लो को कुछ डिस्टर्ब कर रहा है. उसकी फ्लो में कुछ इंटरप्शन क्रिएट हो रहा है. तो हमें वो समझने की जरूरत है कि वो क्या है जो कार्डियक आर्टरीज को जाकर ब्लॉक कर देता है. तो इन द लॉन्ग रन कैसा होता है, जैसे इफ वी आर ईटिंग regularly the type of diet and we are not conscious about it, we are not aware कि हम ये क्या खा रहे हैं. इंडिया में ऐसा कुछ ट्रेंड बन गया है कि कुछ भी खा लेते हैं. Now we are not, earlier people were very, they were sticking to the Indian type of diet only. They were eating what is, suitable for their environment and what our ancestors have,
so
taught
eating
us.
Local, eating regional, eating, homegrown, freshly sourced food.
Yes,
that was the lifestyle.
Most
but you're saying that
is our own recipes also, which
our own recipes, as in like home cooked food. You're saying
home cooked food, which is really very nourishing and tasty, and which is suitable for, our environment. Which is like even in India, we know that in different states people eat different type of food.
Yes.
So which is the observation of hundreds and thousands of years. So, and our body it knows and it recognizes the type of food. And now,
because our generations have been eating it, so our gut and our body feels that it's similar and it's easier to digest those foods. But what happens is somebody when, somebody maybe from the southern region, they move to North India and they don't get the same type of food. Do you think that also affects their heart?
Yes, definitely, because wherever we are living, we should eat according to that climate. Like we know that in North Indians generally eat comparatively heavier food because the
weather is such
and it promotes it. But when you go to southern states like Kerala or Tamil Nadu, you don't feel like eating. So generally that type of heavy food.
Okay.
If somebody is going from, like somebody is shifting from southern states to North India, then gradually they should switch over to North Indian food.
Okay. So you were saying take your time to switch over to the North Indian cuisine because your body is not really used to it.
Yes.
And if you do a sudden switch, it could start blocking your prana. Is that right?
It starts creating problems with your doshas first of all. So when the dosha gets aggravated, then that aggravated dosha when starts moving in the body, then it starts creating ama gets high. So
ama is toxins.
Yes, ama is the toxin in the body, and those toxins when they get accumulated in the cardiac vessels, gradually they are one of the reasons to block the cardiac artery.
So you mentioned about South Indian diet, North Indian diet, that everybody should try to eat local, regional. But ancient India में कैसे होता था? आयुर्वेद बहुत पुराना है. The ancient people also used to get heart disease because there seemed to be treatments written in those texts. So of course there must be people who were suffering from heart disease back then as well. So tell me what was mentioned about it in text.
Definitely heart disease was there because in our main textbooks, Charak Samhita and Social Samhita
Yeah.
and Bhagavad, there are separate chapters on Hridrog, means the heart diseases.
Okay.
So it was there, but it was not as prevalent as it is these days.
Okay.
So because the reasons were there, everybody was not aware about, what they're eating and what type of lifestyle they're leading.
Yeah.
It is mentioned that if you consume too much of, heavy food, or if you consume, pungent food or very strong food, then
Okay.
in the long run, it leads to heart diseases.
Yeah. But regular
So-
consumption of these.
It's regular consumption of, in the long run, if you are consuming.
Okay.
And definitely, the stresses of the society were at that time as well. So stress is not a new thing for the human race.
Yeah.
But definitely, the principles are the same. The wrong dietary habits and a lifestyle and stresses. These are major causes of heart diseases. They were there in the past and
Yeah.
in the present as well.
So how much of stress do you think is contributory to heart disease today?
So stress is the major cause, one of the major causes. And when we consider about, heart as an organ means and the heart diseases, so, these are psychosomatic disorders.
Yeah.
We cannot call it a purely physical problem. So
Okay.
stress is contributing to it a lot. And when we talk about stress, sometimes we think that it is only some negative thing or something. Stress is, not only a mental thing, it is also physical.
Yes.
So suppose if you're not getting proper sleep or if you're getting tired, then also there is a type of stress that the body builds.
Yeah. And research has also shown lack of sleep will also put you at risk of heart disease in the long run.
Yeah. And these days, the one big problem is people are not giving attention to their sleep. They are ignoring it. Means sleep and health is somewhere, ignored so much that, our society is becoming, we have more and more number of, patients of heart diseases. And whatever we do, the modern medical facilities and the number of hospitals are increasing day by day. But we see that proportionately, the
More
number of
patients are
heart,
coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the patients are not. That means at the root level, we are not understanding it. We are doing something which is basically, missing in the whole understanding.
Yeah.
So that needs to be revived. I think that is something we need to understand, that the sleep and the food and your lifestyle, these are very important things and we cannot ignore it.
Yeah, definitely. But tell me, Dr. Amit, पुराने ज़माने में लोगों को कैसे पता लगता था उनको हार्ट डिजीज है?
जब तक हार्ट डिजीज डेवलप हो रही होती है तब तक लोगों को नहीं पता चलता है.
Okay.
So Vaidyas used to, diagnose it with the
Okay.
help of pulse diagnosis only.
Okay.
तो जब हम पल्स लेते हैं तो हमें बहुत डेफिनेटली उसमें ये सब कुछ बहुत क्लियरली अंडरस्टैंडिंग इसमें आती है पल्स में कि आपके अंदर दोषास की क्या कंडीशन चल रही है.
Okay.
सो इवन जब तक हार्ट की कोई प्रॉब्लम अभी मैनिफेस्ट नहीं होती है, उससे पहले भी हमें पता चल जाता है कि हार्ट में क्या चल रहा है. सो अभी भी हम लोग क्या करते हैं जैसे वैद्यर्स की हम पेशेंट्स को पहले से ही ये थोड़ा सा वार्न कर देते हैं
कि आपको ये हो सकता है.
आपके हार्ट की कंडीशन ऐसी है तो यू शुड बी केयरफुल. अगर आप इस पर ध्यान नहीं दोगे तो आपके साथ में कुछ हार्ट की प्रॉब्लम बाद में आने की चांसेस हो.
लेट्स मूव ऑन टू दिस कॉन्सेप्ट. दोषास अभी रिलेटिवली लोगों को थोड़ा समझ में आने लगा है. हार्ट डिजीज में कौन से दोषास इन्वॉल्व होते हैं?
So that's a very good thing that people have started understanding those terms because it is the underlying energy, which governs our body.
Yeah.
अगर हम उसे ही नहीं समझेंगे तो हमारा अप्रोच बहुत सुपरफिशियल हो जाता है.
Yeah.
दोषास जो हमारे 3 होते हैं, वाता, पित्ता एंड कफा, एंड इन हार्ट डिजीज ऑल द 3 दोषास आर इन्वॉल्व.
Okay.
So वाता type of heart disease is also there, pitta type of heart disease is also there, and kapha type are also there.
Okay.
And then we have the 4th variety, which is called the mix of all the 3 doshas,
Okay.
which is a more complicated state.
Okay. So
So-
explain it to me. Vata type heart disease, Pitta type heart disease. Just if you can explain each type of heart disease, how do they manifest? उनके symptoms क्या होते हैं?
Basically, pain is one of the chest pain is one of the classical symptoms of the heart diseases.
Okay.
When it manifests, so chest pain is there, which is more prominent in Vata type of heart disease.
Okay.
it is moderate in Pitta,
Okay.
and then it is very mild in Kapha type.
Okay.
So, but associated with it means Charak Samhita, explains about the type of pain as well.
Okay.
Like there's a tearing type of pain in Vata, or there's a stretching type of pain in Vata heart diseases.
Okay.
And then you have, burning feeling in Pitta type of heart disease.
Okay.
Some burning the chest or in the body, or you have more perspiration, or you feel thirsty. These are the, classical signs and symptoms, so that
Yeah.
you get to know what type of heart disease it is.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, in the modern medicine, we don't have such
डिस्टिंक्शन और डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ हार्ट डिजीज
Yes.
ठीक है, ये तो चलो वाता टाइप हो गया. पित्ता टाइप में आपने बोला बहुत बर्निंग पेन, बर्निंग सेंसेशन फील होती है एंड पर्सपिरेशन होती है. व्हाट वुड बी अ कफा टाइप ऑफ हार्ट डिजीज?
In the kapha type, the chest pain is mild, and
Okay.
there can be excessive salivation. The patient might feel nauseated, or then they can be vomiting, which are the classical, we compare it with the modern times, like angina pectoris is more similar to the Vatic type of disorders.
Okay.
And the kapha is more like, we can say MI, myocardial infarction,
Myocardial
or
infarction. Okay.
such disorders. We can roughly, correlate these things.
Okay. And do you have any example of a pitta type heart disease?
Pitta type is more related to the inflammation in the, heart.
Okay.
So, which is somewhere in between the kapha and vata.
Okay.
So there are more inflammatory changes in the blood vessels, so which is manifested as, some heating sensation or some perspiration like that.
तो ये तो आपने मुझे बताया, चलो चेस्ट पेन अलग तरीके की मैनिफेस्टेशंस हैं, एंड यू आल्सो टॉक्ड अबाउट सैलिवेशन एंड पर्सपिरेशन, ये भी साथ साथ आपको पता. बट ये सिम्टम्स किस स्टेज पे होगा कि मुझे पता लग जाएंगे? आर दीज टूवर्ड्स दैट मेरे को डिजीज हो चुका है तब मुझे पता लगेगा, या फिर वो डेवलप हो रहा है? एट व्हाट स्टेज कैन आई चेक फॉर दीज सिम्टम्स?
So that's a very good question, Dr. Rinik. But unfortunately, most of patients don't get to know that the heart disease is developing.
Okay.
Generally, they are very faint, signs, but they generally ignore it. And mostly, they can have high blood pressure, but that is also not noticeable generally unless they go to a doctor and get it confirmed that their blood pressure is high. But many times, you see that cholesterol, though, is one of the reasons, but it is also normal.
Oh, really?
Yes. And it is not true that all the heart patients, would be having high cholesterol.
Yeah, okay, let's
Or
take the
high
first
blood
version.
pressure.
Okay. For example, because modern science इसको बहुत लेता है, आपका कोलेस्ट्रॉल की कुछ स्टैंडर्ड सेट करे हुए हैं, उसका आप जरा भी बियॉन्ड जाना शुरू करते हो, आपको स्टैटिन्स पे शुरू कर देते हैं. So what does Ayurveda think of that?
I think in that case, the important thing is to change this mentality.
Okay.
We should promote the patient more for correcting the lifestyle rather than start taking the statins. And the important thing is, high cholesterol only is not the, the major cause. When we take the pulse, except for the high cholesterol, there are other reasons also. Like when the pulse is soft, especially of the cardiac regions, which is there in the pulse of the left hand of a patient. So when we take the pulse and we come to the conclusion that even if the high cholesterol is high, you don't need to worry about it.
That is very new. That is very new to me, because cholesterol आप कह रहे हैं even if थोड़ा सा high भी हो, लेकिन still it won't be problematic for the patient. Is that what you're saying?
Because every one of us is different.
Okay.
Some people are having high cholesterol, but still their blood vessels are softer and they don't constrict easily.
Okay.
And I've seen in the practice, many patients, blood pressure is perfectly all right, their cholesterol levels are fine, blood sugar is normal, no problem, no history. But just because their blood vessels were not as soft and supple. So because of some repeated stress, the blood vessels gets constricted. And that immediately causes a heart attack.
आप कह रहे हैं कि कोलेस्ट्रॉल कई लोगों में हाई भी होता है तो भी they are still fine because their arteries or their vessels are soft and there's easy passage of the blood flow is still not constricted.
Yes, you're right. Though means here I'm not promoting people to have high cholesterol,
Okay.
but at the same time, high cholesterol is not the only reason. So
Okay.
we have better, methods to come at a conclusion who
Okay.
is at more risk. Cholesterol or blood pressure is not the only cause for it.
What else is added to that list?
When the atherosclerotic changes are there, it can be felt in the pulse as well.
Like what? Explain.
Like the pulse, the special points on the pulse, you can feel that the atherosclerotic changes are there.
Okay.
So it can be without high cholesterol as well.
Okay.
It can be without high blood pressure, high sugar level also.
Oh,
So that is
okay.
more important than coming to the conclusion that only cholesterol is high, or your lipid
Yeah.
profile is not that balanced,
Yeah.
or your HDL LDL ratio is not good. So that is again a partial way to
Analysis.
look at it.
Okay. So I understood two situations. One where you're saying even if एक patient ऐसे भी हो सकते हैं जिनका high cholesterol हो, high blood sugar हो, but still they are not at a high risk of atherosclerosis, something like atherosclerosis. And second situation which you're saying is that ज़रूरी नहीं है कि high cholesterol हो और high blood sugar हो, but still atherosclerosis के chances बहुत high है.
High हो सकता है.
हाँ.
Maybe it is atherosclerotic, slow progressing change is there, not.
Okay.
But sometimes, there's a constriction of the blood vessels. And that is more prevalent in Vata type of this, people.
Okay.
They don't have very high cholesterol, they don't have blood pressure. Many times I see in the practice, and they get the heart attack, all of a sudden. So
Is it related with, so explain this to me, that they don't have high cholesterol, they don't have blood pressure, but still they get heart
generally,
attack?
again, we come to the same point. They have some type of anxiety or some type of dissatisfaction with this life.
Okay. Stress induced heart attack.
Stress induced, you can say it's a broad term, but we come to a very specific type where you have some type of dissatisfaction from life, be it from your job or some relational issues or something, something
Okay.
would be there which is responsible for it.
Okay. Is that the reason why, more and more younger people are also getting heart attacks or cardiac arrest? Do you think that this dissatisfaction with life is the reason why all of this is happening?
Yes, definitely. And this is again a very important, thing which is coming up these days. Very frequently we hear that earlier it was, 40 plus or 50 plus people who were suffering from heart diseases. Now these days we see 20 plus, 30 plus all of a sudden.
Yes.
And they think that they are following, type of healthy diet, and they are taking vitamins and supplements, and they're going to the gym. But at the same time, their cholesterol is fine, but they are not paying attention to their inner well-being, they're not paying attention to what is going on in the mind at the deep level. Dissatisfaction is something that people blame on, that I'm dissatisfied because of this reason or that reason. But what Ayurveda says is it is never the outer reason. The outer reasons don't make you dissatisfied. The real reason is you're missing your own self. You're missing the connection with the deep self, which is, which creates the dissatisfaction. So ultimately the key is to, create a contact with your own self at the deep level, which is the source of supreme health, which is not only for the heart diseases, but it applies to all the chronic ailments in human race.
हेल्थ को अगर अच्छा रखना है, हार्ट डिजीज नहीं चाहिए, तो ये मेंटल वेलबींग और डिससैटिस्फैक्शन विद लाइफ को हटाना बहुत ज़रूरी है. मेंटल वेलबींग को अच्छा करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. सो पीपल हु आर कंज्यूमिंग ऑल द बैड फूड एंड दे आर टेकिंग मेडिकेशंस फॉर द हार्ट डिजीज, एंड लेकिन वो लोग हैप्पी है लाइफ में. हाउ डू यू थिंक दैट बैलेंस अकर्स?
That's a good thing that they feel that they are happy, but they are not. A
Okay.
person who is satisfied and happy, he would not, keep on eating all the, wrong foods and search for the. If you are a person who is always looking for, the food, or, any type of food, that means there's some sort of, missing thing in you.
Yeah.
People say something different, and at the deep level, they are, missing the source of life. So they are basically not happy. They seem like as if they're happy superficially.
Okay.
We know how to create this persona,
Yeah.
to move in the society, but basically they're not happy at the very deep level.
Dr. Ahmed, some people are born with heart disease or they have it in their family already. उनके लिए क्या options है, क्या करना चाहिए उनको, या क्यों, मतलब how do they handle this?
Generally what happens is most of the people would not go to a doctor for their heart disease diagnosis if they are healthy.
Yeah.
But definitely your hereditary predisposition also plays an important role here. So if your parents are having, then you have more chances to develop heart disease later on. But that's not something for sure. Means we can always avoid it.
Okay.
If we are we are aware about our body type, and accordingly we are making all the decisions in our life, like the type of food we are consuming, the number of hours we should sleep for, and the type of exercise we are doing, and all these things. So it is easily avoidable. Means it's not a sure shot thing that you are going कि आपके साथ में ऐसा हो गई, ऐसा कुछ जरूरी नहीं होता है.
Okay.
क्योंकि जब हम आयुर्वेदा में जो मेडिसिनल ट्रीटमेंट्स भी करते हैं, या जब हम प्यूरिफिकेशन की बात करते हैं बॉडी के पंचकर्मा ट्रीटमेंट्स की, तो उसका इम्पैक्ट इतना डीप है कि बहुत सारी रिसर्चेस ऐसा भी शो करती हैं कि हमारे डीएनए के लेवल पर भी उसका इफेक्ट आता है.
Okay.
तो जब डीएनए के लेवल पर इफेक्ट आता है, तो इसका मतलब वी आर डीलिंग with the problem at a level which can change it. So this was a very sort of old concept in allopathy, that if something is here at the genetic level or at the level hereditary problems, they cannot be avoided. No, that can be changed, because there are methods to address very deep problems which are there at the cellular or subcellular level, or even at the level of the DNA.
Yeah.
So we can definitely change it. So there's a lot of hope. So people should not think that if our parents are having, or our forefathers were having heart diseases, then we are going to have it. Definitely there are more chances, but we can change a lot of things according to Ayurveda lifestyle and diet, and
But ऐसे लोगों को जिनको पता है कि उनकी फैमिली में ये है, उनको कब आना चाहिए एक वैद्य के पास?
Actually, we are living in a society where now people should pay attention to the preventive health, which is more important, I think. हमें ऐसा करना है कि डिजीज से पहले ही उसका प्रिवेंशन करना चाहिए. आयुर्वेदा में एक सेइंग होती है, हेयं दुखम अनागतम.
Okay.
That means कि अभी जो प्रॉब्लम नहीं आई है, हम उससे पहले से ही अवॉइड करने के लिए कुछ करें, ना कि जब वो आ जाएगी तब करें.
Yeah.
All the evolved societies have done it always. When you see, when Ayurvedic scriptures were written, our society was very evolved. So they put a lot of emphasis on preventive measures. कि हमें क्या क्या करना चाहिए. इसलिए आयुर्वेदा में सिर्फ क्यूरेटिव थेरेपीज और सिर्फ क्योर करने के बारे में बात नहीं होती है, बहुत ज्यादा डिस्कशन प्रिवेंट करने के बारे में होता है डिजीज को.
तो कैसे, किस स्टेज पे ये जो बच्चे हैं आजकल के, या फिर यंगस्टर्स हैं, शुड दे कम एंड गेट checked by you if they know that heart disease is already in their family?
I think that's the best way to go to an Ayurvedic doctor who is an expert in the pulse diagnosis, so that you can get to know about the real situation, what is going on inside.
Okay.
But at the same time, the factors we mention about it, they should be careful about all those things, how to prevent it,
lifestyle, or
the lifestyle and their mental health, and what type of food they're eating. That's very important.
Okay, so you're saying that if they are aware that it's in their family, it's good that if they come and show a Vaidya and see the actual situation, कि आपके pulse में क्या show कर रहा है, whether there's something going on towards the heart, or they still have time, sort of a thing to prevent.
But at the same time, I see in the practice, many patients who come to me like in their teenagers, and even then, 15, 16 years, boys and girls, they have high blood pressure. They have high cholesterol. Their sugar levels are also high, many times. So now we are not living in that time where, these things used to happen after 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can expect all these things And especially obese children, they should be extra careful now. That's a good idea to visit an Ayurvedic doctor who knows how to take the pulse, who is an expert. So then you can, get yourself checked, and then you will get the real picture, what is going on inside.
What is the course of treatment for heart patients in Ayurveda?
So the important thing is, we pay attention as a whole to this organ heart, which is the main seat of ojas in Ayurveda as well.
Okay.
So, when the ojas is reduced, then we have to build it. So all the treatment plans should be there so that we build ojas in the patient. So the best way is again, sattvic diet, which has a very positive effect on the mind and which is easily digested. The diet should be sattvic, like simple things like, the simple vegetables and fruits and nuts and, moong dal. All these things should be included in the diet.
Okay.
And a diet should have more, whole grains. And it should have less of the refined, wheat and all these things and white sugar and high salt intake. And one of the important food items that one should include in the diet is ghee.
Okay.
Which is very contrary to what most of the patients these
So
days
ghee
think
is a
of.
controversial one. Why do Vedas recommend ghee?
There is no research even in the modern science which says that ghee in moderation is bad for us. What Ayurveda says is heavy food is not good for heart diseases.
Okay.
But in moderation, ghee is something that promotes ojas in our body.
Okay. Explain to my viewers what ojas is.
Ojas is of two types, which is the essence of all the tissues is the ojas,
Okay.
The nourishment of the tissues gives an essence which is called ojas and which builds the immunity and which gives us, a lot of strength and stamina in life. It is one of the factors which is very important according to Ayurveda to maintain it. In our heart also ojas is there and in our blood ojas circulates. So when ojas is not proper, then we are, either our immunity will start suffering or we'll be having some problem with the heart.
Okay.
So that's very important that, we should consume a little bit of ghee. And even now, most of the cardiologists in the West, they have started promoting that, you should have some sort of saturated fat in your diet.
Yes.
So we as Indians should be aware that, we already have the super refined form of saturated fat which is already available in India, and ghee is the best source of saturated fat that we should consume on regular basis. But moderation is the key. And if you are a Vata type, then you can consume a little bit more. If you are a Pitta, then in moderation. If you are a Kapha, then definitely you should consume less of ghee. That is according to your body type.
So you are saying that ojas develop होगा घी लेने से. चलिए ठीक है, घी हम लेंगे, whole grains हम लेंगे. Sattvic diet is also another thing जो heart disease को prevent करने के लिए काम आएगी. What else does Ayurveda recommend? Are there any super herbs that one can take which will keep my heart healthy?
There are many herbs, on regular basis. There are many spices that you consume in your food. Mostly Indians are aware about it. But include more turmeric in your diet.
Okay.
Maybe cinnamon, that is very good. And we should make sure that our digestifier is good. The, liver function is going well. That is also very important. So for that, shunthi is very good. Like
Shunthi?
ginger.
Ginger.
Yeah, ginger and cinnamon and turmeric. These are really very good herbs which are generally available at the kitchens of every person in India.
And how do we हमें कैसे पता लगेगा कितना quantity is good for us?
Generally when we put in the food, that's sufficient.
enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if we want to take it like a medicine, then one should consult, an
doctor.
Ayurvedic doctor or Vaidya.
Okay.
So, and when it comes to other, medicinal herbs, they are very effective. Like Arjuna is very well known, which is very good for heart. But we have other Ras Aushadhis as well.
So make sure you consult a Vaidya before you start taking a new herb. Any fruit which is like a super fruit for heart.
पोमेग्रेनेट अनार जो होता है ये सबसे अच्छा फ्रूट है.
Okay.
या आंवला जो है ये भी हार्ट के लिए बहुत अच्छा होता है.
Okay.
तो हम ऐसे इन दो फ्रूट्स को इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं. दो दे कैन बी sour in taste, but all the sour tasting things are not pitta aggravating. So generally it is a concept in Ayurveda that all the sour tasting foods are pitta aggravating, but amla is an exception.
अच्छा.
Pomegranate is an exception, and these are the best fruits, you know,
For
in
heart.
Ayurveda. But again, when it comes to, you know, very specific herbs, as you mentioned about Arjuna and all, you know, Ayurveda always give a lot of emphasis on the selection of herbs and medicines according to the body type of the person. It should never be generalized. It should never be like a generalized prescription that this medicine goes for all the patients. This is not the, you know, basic concept of Ayurveda.
What should one do in an emergency situation like a heart attack?
You know, as we discussed earlier as well, you know, the best way is to prevent the diseases. Our emphasis is more on prevention in Ayurveda. So, because this becomes an emergency situation, so according to the condition, one should go to the hospital in that case. And once the diagnosis is there, what is going on, then we can handle in the long run as well. But I would put a lot of emphasis here on prevention of the disease, which is very important. Or if you are already having a heart condition, you know, then we can definitely handle the situation in the long run better than any other system available.
Tell me this, Dr. Amit, before you know we end this session. हमने हार्ट डिजीज के बारे में बात किया, बट बहुत सारे स्टेप्स होते हैं टुवर्ड्स गोइंग टुवर्ड्स यू नो हार्ट डिजीज. उनमें से एक है हाई कोलेस्ट्रॉल, जो बहुत कॉमन है. आपने मुझे काफ़ी सारे हर्ब्स इन जनरल बताए यू नो हार्ट डिजीज के ऊपर, बट हाई कोलेस्ट्रॉल के लिए इज देयर समथिंग यू नो दैट वन कैन डू एट होम?
You know, you can, like the proven things for high cholesterol is fenugreek is one of the, you know, things that is easily available, or cinnamon as we mentioned, or turmeric. These are very effective to control high cholesterol.
Okay.
And definitely your lifestyle, you know, some moderate exercise like walk, or you can practice yoga, which is the best way to manage your health with the help of exercise. And Anulom Vilom Pranayam. You know, there's a lot of research evidence on Surya Namaskar especially, and Anulom Vilom Pranayam, that if you're practicing it regularly, then it helps to reduce your cholesterol level.
I think this was a very interesting conversation. I got to understand that heart का रोल जो है वो एक सिंपली एक ऑर्गन नहीं है, एंड इसीलिए उसको सिर्फ फिजिकल बॉडी पे ट्रीट करना ही इज नॉट द राइट वे. आयुर्वेदा जो है वो ट्रीट करता है हार्ट को नॉट ओनली एट अ वेरी फिजिकल लेवल बट ऑल्सो एट योर मेंटल वेल बीइंग. That means your mental health status, how happy you are and how satisfied you are with life is very important for Ayurveda treatment of heart. Make sure to come see a Vaidya and see what's going on inside your body, and they will be able to tell you whether you are at risk of heart disease or not. I think this was a very, very enlightening conversation on heart, which is the #1 cause of deaths across the world. Make sure you subscribe, comment, share our videos, and understand the value of heart and make your family and friends satisfied with their life, which is my takeaway from this conversation. Jai Gurudev.